Welcome Golden Wolves to the revival and our first episode of the Alvernia Campus Show, your go-to source for everything happening right here at Alvernia University. Whether you're a student, faculty member, or staff, we're here to keep you informed, engaged, and connected. I'm Braden Livingston, and this is my wonderful co-host.
That's right, I'm Anthony Florkowski, and we're excited to bring you the latest from campus life. From events and sports segments to exclusive interviews and important university updates, we've got it all covered. And now, let's jump right into the latest headlines. Here's your Alvernia News Update. Italy's Mount Etna, Europe's most active volcano, erupted on February 11th, 2025, drawing thousands of tourists eager to witness the spectacle firsthand. A viral clip of the fiery orange lava, posted by hikers on social media, quickly amplified the situation, fueling even more curiosity. What began as a popular tourist destination quickly turned into a hazardous and inaccessible zone, with rescue teams struggling to navigate the overcrowded area. Tourists swarmed Mount Etna as if it were a theme park, because nothing says great vacation like standing on the edge of a volcano.
But moving from fire to something just as heated, let's talk about a plane crash. And if you're afraid of flying, well, this won't help. A Delta flight from Minneapolis pulled off an unplanned gymnastics routine at a Toronto Pearson airport on Monday, landing hard, flipping upside down, and catching fire. Miraculously, all 80 passengers and crew walked away safely, although 21 took a detour to the hospital. Flight 4819 lost its right wing in a fireball, then skidded to a dramatic stop. Delta is now handing out $30,000 per passenger, probably not the in-flight bonus they were hoping for. Investigators are digging into what went wrong, with gusty winds and a missing landing maneuver topping the suspect list. Just another day in what's shaping up to be a very unlucky year for air travel.
This just in, a kayaker was swallowed whole by a humpback whale. Off the coast of Chile, Adrian and his father were kayaking until Adrian felt a wave crashing nearby. Before he knew it, Adrian was swallowed by the whale. He was only in there for a few seconds before being spat back out, and thankfully, Adrian and his father are alive and well. Also, Adrian's father took a video of the whole thing instead of helping his son. Great job, Dad.
A bizarre heist 2 weeks ago in Pennsylvania has left authorities scrambling after thieves made off with 100,000 eggs from a farm in Lancaster County. According to police, the theft happened overnight at the distribution facility, with suspects managing to take 100,000 eggs before being caught. The stolen eggs were valued at $40,000. After 2 weeks, the 100,000 eggs are still missing, and authorities are now putting out a reward for anyone able to give information on where the eggs may have gone. We have no clue how a thief managed to steal 100,000 eggs without being caught. Regardless, as long as he sells them for cheaper than they are in a store, I do not mind.
A recent string of robberies across Tampa and Ohio have led to several NFL and NBA stars' homes being broken into while they were playing at their games. In total, the defendants, a group of South American thieves, stole over $2 million worth of cash and valuables directly from the players' homes. Those affected included Kansas City Chiefs stars Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, as well as Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. Several men were charged this Monday with burglary and breaking and entering. The men were discovered after one man in a Patrick Mahomes jersey claimed they were traveling to Orlando, which was the opposite direction of where they were headed. In the man's defense, Patrick Mahomes is prone to going in the wrong direction, considering how many times the ball was turned over to the Eagles during the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl champion Devontae Smith was recently caught cheating in the hit video game Call of Duty. The Eagles wide receiver was live streaming his gameplay on the streaming platform Twitch.tv, where he was accused of using a third-party cheating software to enhance his aim. While it's unclear the accusations are true, we are happy to report he is still engaged.
And now we'll send it over to Ian, Matt, and Tony with sports.
Hi, I'm Ian Dumas, and welcome to the Golden Wolf Rundown. So let's get started here. So we're going to be running down all of Alvernia's sports for the week, and we're going to start on 221 here with women's ice hockey as they go up against Lebanon Valley College. That's going to happen right here at home, Reading, PA at the Body Zone at 6 p.m. Also that night, we got men's hockey. They're going to be at Lebanon Valley College in Hershey, PA. Then we kind of jump to 222. Baseball starting up at long last. They got a game against Moravian University all the way in Wayne, PA. That's a 12 p.m. start. Men's Ice Hockey Club has a game against Widener that day, right here in Reading, at home at the Body Zone at 1 p.m. We're also looking at Alvernia Women's Basketball at Stevenson. That's a 1 p.m. start. Men's Lacrosse will finally get their start here against Juniata. That's in Reading at 11. That's 11 p.m. Men's Basketball will play Stevenson at 3. Baseball will have another game against Moravian at 3 as well. And then that's going to jump us into 2:23, where women's wrestling is going to the National Women's Wrestling Championship. How exciting. This is happening in East Stroudsburg, and that's a 10 a.m. start, a little bit earlier. Men's ice hockey also has a game that day versus Lafayette. That's going to happen right here in Reading around 5:30. And then 2:25 we jump to. Baseball gets to play Stockton University in Reading, PA at 3 p.m. And then men's lacrosse also plays that day right here in Reading at 4 against Immaculata University. Lastly, women's lacrosse has a game against Elizabethtown right here in Reading on 2:26. And now joining me is Matt and Tony for Off the Bench.
Off the bench.
And first off, MLB spring training starts today. It's going to be a long season, a great season. And first off, we got to figure out who's going to win the MVP and the Cy Young for both leagues this year.
Well, I'm interested to hear what you have to say first.
Well, it's quite simple. In the NL MVP, Fernando Tatis. This is the year he finally breaks out and wins that first MVP. And for the AL, it's going to be Vlad Guerrero Jr. Contract year, he's sure to be a lock for the MVP.
Tony, how about you? You got anything?
Well, for the NL, I had to say, a little bit of a long shot, but Ellie De La Cruz for sure. I think there's some things he can improve on, and if he does, he definitely has a good chance of winning that MVP. And then in the AL, Bobby Witt Jr., he was finished second last year, but I think that if the Royals take another step forward, I think that he can definitely cement himself in that position.
So as far as the AL goes, I'm picking Vlad Guerrero Jr. too, right?
Come on, let's get the words together, Ian. You got to think about this.
Hey. Anyways, I like him. He's a solid player. He can hit well. He can do it all. And then for the NL MVP, hear me out. I think James Wood going to have a great season this year.
Words can't even begin to describe about how horrible that MVP prediction is. I'm kind of dumbfounded that somebody would even predict James Wood, and I feel sorry for people who are going to listen to you and bet on James Wood to win the MVP. So following that up, I guess, who do you think's winning the Cy Young for both leagues now?
Oh, okay, then. Well, I guess we could start with the NL Cy Young. I got Paul Skeens. I think it's a safe bet.
Yep, I have Paul Skeens as well.
Right.
Same here.
Yeah, Paul Skeens, clean sweep.
I mean, great pitcher, honestly. And he had such a good breakout season last year. It's sure to repeat this year. Pittsburgh adds some great pieces, so it's certain to happen. Now, my AL Cy Young is kind of interesting, but I like the Manuel Clase, right? Good relief pitcher, and he can do all the work. And he had a very good season last year. I know it's a rarity for these guys to win the Cy Young, but I would love to see something like that happen.
Yeah, Clase, he's a solid pitcher. We saw his woes in the postseason as he couldn't seem to replicate what he did in the regular season, so I'm excited. My old Cy Young is also a little bit of a shocker. Shane McClanahan on the Rays. I think McClanahan's going to have a breakout year and take that Cy Young home.
You think the Rays are going to have a good season there as well?
No, I don't think the Rays are going to have that much good of a season, but I think Shane McClanahan will have a solid year.
And for me, with my AL Cy Young, I had to pick Garrett Croquet. I think that the Red Sox definitely added some pieces, and I think that they could solidify themselves in the playoff race. I think he is going to be a big part of that.
Finally, well, first off, let's get this out of the way. Who's going to be in the toilet in the MLB this year?
Yeah, I got the Rockies. I mean, bad team, one of the lowest paying in the offseason. They did not bring anybody in, and they had a terrible bullpen, ranked 30th last year, and brought nothing in to help them. So
yeah. I completely agree. The Rockies, just a horribly run team, a horrible team all around. Expect them to be in the toilet.
Could certainly happen, although I'm going to go with the Marlins, honestly. Despite adding pieces, it seems like the Marlins are always dropping every single year that they play. I have the Marlins.
And finally, for the biggest question of all, who's your World Series prediction and who you guys have winning it?
Tony, go first, honestly.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty boring with this one. I have the Yankees and the Dodgers both playing again, and I got the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers just too much firepower. They added too much pitching, and the Yankees, of course, lost Juan Soto. So, I mean, I think they'll make it back, but the Dodgers, I don't see anybody taking them down.
I got the Mets and the Yanks. I want to see the Subway Series.
I also have the Dodgers versus Yankees. The Dodgers, they're just the best team in the MLB. There's no question about that. Adding Roki Sasaki and Blake Snell into that already top 10 pitching, They're just going to be dominant, and the only way the Dodgers won't win a World Series again is if somehow they lose to themselves, because no team is better than the Dodgers. So that's really it.
When you can pay out those types of contracts, how can you not?
Yeah, they have everything going for them, and if they don't win, it's going to be a failure of a season for the Dodgers.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So thank you all for joining us on this round table. We hope you all have a great night. And be sure, don't listen to Ian's bet of James Wood winning the MVP.
That's all for sports. Now up next for our weekly interview segment, A Moment With.
Welcome everybody to the scene today for A Moment With. As you see, we're in the Body Zone. Now the Body Zone is where Alvernia's finest ice hockey teams play, specifically the Division III NCAA women's ice hockey team. And we will be seeing for today A Moment with one of the players, Kaylee Klimas. Now Kaylee Klimas, a veteran senior year for her today, and we'll see what she has to say about on the ice and off the ice.
This season's been going great. It is my last year playing Alvernia women's college hockey, so it is a bit of a bittersweet moment. We did clinch our spot in the playoffs, so we have one more game left this Friday against LVC, and then next Saturday we will be playing Wilkes University. I'm excited to see what this season brings us, and we recently just got an award for most wins in a season. My favorite memory would definitely have to be winning the MAC back-to-back years and also scoring my first career goal this year against Stevenson. After I graduate, I plan to moving out to Utah. I'm a big-time skier, so that's where my favorite mountains are to ski, and I plan to get a job in social media marketing, any type of communications job out there to work for a company. I've created a YouTube channel and I've done game day vlogs with all of my friends. It's been amazing having them on the channel. They love it. It's been such a fun ride with them and just getting all their reactions, and I get to rewatch all these memories back. So I'm super excited, and I love creating content, so this is going to be a long time career for creating content for me. I started hockey pretty late, unlike other girls when they start at like age 2, 3. I started when I was 11. Keep going, get every opportunity that you can, and yeah.
Are you curious what's going on around Alvernia? We're here to give you a rundown of all the events happening this next week that you, yes you, can attend.
Friday night, be sure to stop by the Francis Hall Theater to learn about Black History Month's Expression of Excellence from 5 to 8:30 p.m.
This Saturday, if you want to watch two horrible basketball teams duke it out, take the day trip to watch the Philadelphia Sixers take on the Brooklyn Nets. Departure is at 4 p.m.
On Sunday, do you like spending money? Then the free shopping trip to the Philadelphia Premium Outlets at 12 p.m. will just be right for you.
And if you don't have any money, see what you can get away with.
On Monday afternoon from 12 to 3 p.m., if you have nothing to do, like really nothing to do, make sure to stop by and get a plant that for some reason looks like a jellyfish.
On Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., there will be spring break safety kits given out. So if you are absolutely terrified and petrified of spring break, you can't sleep at night, constantly paranoid about the upcoming break, then thank goodness for Alvernia and these kits of justices.
Yo soy Anthony, y el jueves abre el Día de la Independencia Dominicana.
What did you just say?
Oh, sorry. Thursday, there will be a Dominican Independence Day at 5:30 p.m. at the Campus Commons living room. There will be food, drinks, and plenty to celebrate this occasion.
Well, that is the rundown for this week's campus events, plus all the sports games you can attend.
Make sure to keep up with all future Alvernia activities with the Cork app or the calendars they have around campus to see what may catch your eye. And that's a wrap for our first episode of the Alvernia Campus Show. Thanks for tuning in and stay connected with everything happening at Alvernia University.
Be sure to follow us on social media and check out our campus updates online so you never miss a beat. Got a story idea or even an event to share? We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, stay informed, stay involved, and as always, go Golden Wolves. See you next time.